Do you remember this elderly lady here that was knocked to the ground by law enforcement during the Melbourne BS19 protests? I'll just play a quick snippet. I'll come across to this news article here from the Daily Fail, Australia. It states, bizarre moment. Cop claims the elderly woman slammed to the ground and pepper sprayed in the face during Melbourne protests is a man in a wig trying to make police look bad. Now I'll just scroll down to this part here where the officer states, did you actually see what happened? That was actually a male with a wig on. That was a 36-year-old male that was dressing up as a 70-year-old grandmother to make us look bad. Yeah, whatever. The protester says. Now, there's a reason why he states that it was a 36-year-old male. Right, he's taking the piss. So that's the protester there that was knocked to the ground, which to this day has never been identified. Now, I want you to think about if this was real, in terms of if this wasn't an actor whose identity I'm about to reveal here in a moment, how big of a deal the media would have made out this was at the time. And certainly not because the media was on the general public side. It was the complete opposite during the entirety of BS19. It's always the complete opposite. The reason that they would have made a big deal out of it had it not been an actor is because it would have stoked further tensions. We got people riled up, which is obviously what they wanted at the time. Right now, have a look at those teeth. Have a look at the gap there on the left-hand side. Now, see that gap there? In the exact same spot on the Australian politician, Pauline Hanson. Because that's who that is there. It couldn't be more obvious. And I'm not just going by that gap. I mean, it's just obvious. See, look at the facial structure. Look at the chin. And if you look at that character and see anything other than just evil, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. You probably need to get your eyes checked. All right, now you come across here to stories like this. Pauline Hanson calls for PLANdemic Royal Commission. That name in itself, Royal Commission, is an absolute mockery on the general population. Right, now, let's just say they do have a Royal Commission into the PLANdemic. What do you think is going to come out of it? I'll tell you now, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, do you think that any of the information that I've presented would be put forth during that Royal Commission to show that you've been rorted by a bunch of frauds? Do you think any of the information from the many content creators in my PLANdemic playlist would be presented? All right, of course not. The only thing these boards are set up for is to prosecute those that steal from them. So you get these anti-corruption boards, for instance. Well, who do you think they go after? They don't go after their own. They go after, say, someone who's stolen millions of dollars from the Australian government. All right, so if you hear a politician like Pauline Hanson, I mean, Jackie Lambie's another one, absolute fraud, caught live on national television reading from a script because she's as dumb as a post, couldn't keep up with the teleprompter. Now, she's always calling for royal commissions. Like I said, if you hear the word royal commission, you know you're being clowned. So I just want to get this one on record because this is a criminal here, another criminal. Pauline Hanson.